Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky Assassin here, and this is a video on Xbox One backwards compatibility. So, there we go. You just saw on the screen right there, Assassin's Creed 2 ready to start. That's because I've just installed it. So I'll walk you through this kind of, how it works. So this is backwards compatibility on top of the Windows 10 update, which is pretty cool. So there's a couple of things about the home screen that have changed particularly. So obviously I've got my own custom background on it, but Windows 8 version of Xbox One kind of worked left to right, kind of like this, like it appears right now, but everything would kind of be in its place and whatever, and what have you. Um, but the difference is with this version of the Xbox One software is that it's all kind of down. Everything happens down rather than sideways. So that stupid thing on the home screen where you'd have all the little boxes and you have each box specifically to get to where you needed to go. And if you're snapping a game or something, it would take forever to find what you needed. On the home screen, it's as simple as flicking to the left. Literally, that's just left on the D-pad or left on the left analog stick. And you got your friends at the top. You've got parties, messages, notifications, settings, and snap an app if you really wanted to snap an app, which I don't know why you would ever want to do that. Like maybe Skype video at the very least, but that's about it. So yeah, just to get in and out of that is just left and right. It's that simple. So on the home screen itself, you've got they've gone for a more transparent theme so that you can kind of see your background a bit more. They've given more room for you to see your background. So you've got all my stuff at the bottom. So you've got all your apps and stuff like that, all your featured stuff that was on the left-hand side of your home screen beforehand. And you've got just kind of some recents here. So you've got your last thing in this big box here. And then you've got some things that you've recently opened or recently, been adjusting down here. And then obviously you've got the community tab. I'm not really sure why it's blank at the moment. I think maybe my connection's just dropped or something. I'm not really sure. It's the same with one guide again. Obviously there'll be stuff in these boxes, guys. There'll be ads and stuff like that in all of the games, apps, movies, and TV and music. So you can actually scroll. And I like the way that the battery is displayed now, which is in the top right hand corner by the clock. You can probably see it just next to where it says music. I kind of like I don't know, just where the battery is on the screen. It's kind of helpful, just easy to see, a lot easier to see than the old one was. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it for the Windows 10 upgrade for the Xbox One. So let's get into the backwards compatibility. So as you can see, I've got Just Cause 2 here. Obviously is not on Xbox One. That's because it's an Xbox 360 game that I have installed on here with backwards compatibility. So that was released at 8 p.m. in the UK, in UK time, which I believe is 12 p.m. PST and 3 p.m. EST, I believe. I'm pretty sure. It's time zones are confusing, but whatever. So yeah. So I'm gonna leave a whole list of I'll leave a link to the list of games that are actually backwards compatible, but I'm just gonna get straight into how to install them and everything. So all you need to do is if you've got any hard copies of the 360 games you want to play, then you just literally it's as simple as putting them into your Xbox, and you will have to do a big update because you'll then have to update the software. You'll have to update all of its updates at once if you get one. One of those updates will be installed on your Xbox One that you will have installed over time on your Xbox 360. So every patch ever made for that game, you will need to install in one go, basically, pretty much. So for Assassin's Creed 2, I had to install 5.4 gigs worth of data to play the game. You'd think, just put it in, it would go. It's not like that because you need to install all these updates. So you're not actually installing the game, you're installing the updates to play the game, which does kind of make sense. Other than that, the games that you don't have hard copies of, the games that were on your account but you downloaded onto your console from the marketplace, they will just be, if you go into your My Games and Apps, if you scroll along on your games list, which also has slightly changed but is relatively the same, if you scroll along, you'll see a ready to install section. So you would get that if you've got any games on Xbox One that you just haven't installed yet, but you on this account. But now you can see it also shows my 360 games. So I installed Assassin's Creed 2 and Just Cause already. But Gears of War is on there as well. So that's another game I own on digitally. I own the game, but they're trying to get me to install it. So that is where all your Xbox 360 games will appear when they're digital copies. And if they're normal copies, if they're hard copies, you just put them in and literally it will start installing them straight off, and it'll give you a notification asking if you want to do the update. So it is as simple as that, really. I will just show you. So once you've installed the games, you can access them as normal inside the My Games and Apps section. So let's just say I load up Assassin's Creed 2. So it will show the icon, the game icon that they've displayed for each game, and then after that it will get rid of that, and then it will boot the Xbox 360 emulator. Effectively, that's an Xbox 360 emulator within an Xbox One. So that's how they're getting it to run the games. That's the only way they could manage to do it. So it is quite confusing. Like, you know, Xbox 360 is on the screen right now, even though I'm playing on an Xbox One. But all the controls work the same. I haven't worked out how to, you know, you'd normally press the Xbox button on a 360 controller to get to friends and parties and stuff like that. See, I'm not sure, because in the early stages when they showed it, what it was, you'd be able to press the middle button and all your friends and stuff would show up there. But I think it may be now. I haven't tested it yet because unfortunately it is quite late at night now, so I don't really have anyone online to check with. But I'm pretty sure you can just connect with people that are on 360 now in parties. I'm pretty sure you can just start an Xbox Live party on your Xbox One and connect to people that are on Xbox 360. Don't hold me to that. Sure, you may have to look it up. I definitely have to look it up. But that is, I'm hoping that's how it works, because I haven't seen any way to open an interface within the 360 emulator. But yeah, it just works as usual. I can load up the game. Obviously, the game thinks I'm on a 360 and that I'm using an Xbox 360 controller. Sorry, but look, you can see the whole system is the same. They've got all the 360 up on here, along with my 360 gamer picture as well, which I find quite funny. Find quite funny. There we go, messing up my words there. So yeah, obviously Assassin's Creed 2 just starting a new game.
My name is Desmond Miles.
Yeah, we get it. Your name's Desmond, whatever. So this is the start of the game. It runs obviously at the native FPS of the Xbox 360, which for each game did differ ever so slightly, but the max FPS it could reach was 30. So most around 30 FPS, and that's the FPS they'll run at. Unless it's a digitally remastered game, there won't be any significant graphical improvement to the game. It's literally just it's been ported directly from 360 to Xbox One. So sorry, but the graphics aren't going to be massively upgraded if you were hoping that. But yeah, so I've pretty much shown you how this works, how backwards compatibility works. I've shown you a bit about the Windows 10 update as well, and what you need to know basically. So obviously the full games list I will leave in the description, but also there are going to be a lot more games added soon. So specifically on the list for soon, we've got stuff like Black Ops 1, Halo Reach, Halo 3, games like that, top sellers, that they're trying to, hurry themselves up with and get those onto the list of working games. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you're looking forward to the compatibility as much as I am. And if you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.